Now, let's move over to the kingdom of Satan. Okay? What does that kingdom look like? First, over here we had life and light. All right? Over here, though, what are we going to see? We're going to see death and darkness. Death and darkness. Watch this. All humans are born into this kingdom through natural birth. All humans are conceived in and born with our first sin. So how many sins does it take for a person to go to hell? One. What's the problem? The problem is you and I are born, conceived with the first one. So does it matter what you and I do after birth? No. We're already condemned to hell because we were conceived in the first sin. So there's no hope. All right. Hebrews 2, 14 through 16. Look at this, folks. Hebrews 2, 14 through 16. All right. Let's back up. Right here. Look at this. For it was fitting, it was right for him. The him here is Jesus. For whom are all things, that is, everything that's created belongs to him, and by whom are all things, he created it. In bringing, Jesus brings many sons, children, to glory. So what is Jesus' ultimate goal? We've seen it in Second Thessalonians chapter 2, where God says we were saved for the obtaining of glory. Whose glory? Jesus' glory. Now, he said same thing here in Hebrews. To bring in many sons to what? To glory. That's what the new birth is all about. That's what you being saved is all about. Bringing us to glory. To make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. The cross, that is. For both he who sanctifies. Who sanctifies? God does. And those. Can you sanctify yourself? No. God sanctifies. God is who makes things holy. Those who are being sanctified are all of one, for which reason he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare this is Jesus speaking to the Father, your name to my brethren, to the believers that believe in me. In the midst of the assembly of God, I will sing you praise. Praise to you. Again, I will put my trust in him. What is he talking about? He's talking about the cross and the resurrection. Then again, here, just Jesus after the resurrection and after the judgment, look at what he tells the Father. Here am I. And I have every single one of the children that you, Father, gave to me. How does Jesus get everyone that is saved? God saved them and gave them to Jesus before the foundation of the world. No one comes to Jesus, friends. God gives them to Jesus. Who are those people? I have no idea. It may be you. I don't know. Nobody knows. God never told anybody. You can't lift up their shirt and see God given to Jesus on it, written across their stomach. All right. Inasmuch then as the children have partaken of flesh and blood, he himself likewise shared in the same. And through death, the only way it is possible for salvation, you and I have to die. Through death, he, that is Christ, might destroy him, Satan. What does Satan have? He had the power of death. What is the power of death? Paul told us in 1 Corinthians 15, it is sin. So if you are a sinner, keep reading. That is the devil. So he's pointing out the devil. And release, you have to be released through death, those who through the fear of death were for all their lifetime subject to bondage or subject to sin. You see that? For indeed, he does not give aid to angels. That is, angels have no way of being saved. So if you're wondering why Satan isn't going to be saved, because God says, I'm not going to do it. Why not? Because he decided he wasn't going to do it. He does not give aid to the angels, but he does give aid to the seed of Abraham. Therefore, in all things he had to be made like his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in the things pertaining to God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people. See that? That's how it works.